Hey guys, my name is Davey. I'm here from Dc5creations. Today we're going to be covering our big brake kit. We're also going to be showing you guys how to install it step by step, and we're also going to be covering a lot of the questions that you may have, and also a lot of the questions that we get here on the daily basics. So we're going to be showing you step by step process on the install. All right, so the number one question we get here asked is, will this calipers clear your wheel? Now this is a very tough subject to cover since every wheel is designed different. But what we have noticed is the lower offset that they are, the easier they are to clear. But it's not always the case. What we have figured out as well is that you need about 2.5 inches of clearance from the rotor to the wheel spoke. We'll put a video here for you guys so you can see how you will need to measure that. But it's a very simple and easy way to find out if you're gonna need a spacers or not for our big brake kit. All right, guys. So quickly gonna show you how to measure. Obviously, it's very simple, but just in case you don't know if the wheels are going to clear the calipers. So these are 17 by 9 plus 22 on an S2000. What we need here, it is a 2 inches and about a quarter of a clearance. Okay, so you can see here, what we're looking is for the measurement just about here. Okay, so you can see there, it is about 2 inches and a quarter, and even with that, it is a very, very close, tight fitment there. So, like I said, the lower the offset, usually the easier it is, but every wheel is designed differently, so be aware of that. But the best way to simply measure is just get a measuring tape, and just about the middle of the spoke, that's what you want to know if the calipers are going to clear the wheels without any spacer. Alrighty, so hopefully this right here gives you a better idea and it's more helpful. Cool. All right, so the next thing we're going to cover is would this calipers fit your car? Now, these calipers are mainly designed for the Honda and Acura. We have a whole list of them in our website. We'll go ahead and leave a link in the description. You're able to go ahead and check out the vehicles that we have there. So the next thing we're going to go ahead and cover is our big brake kit powder coating. We have different options here that we're able to do for you. What we really start is you can pick without powder coating, and often I get asked that question, how they look, and you go ahead and bring the camera forward, and it looks like a raw aluminum finish. And then you can pick our powder coating, our standard, and then we have our candy illusion. I'm gonna go ahead and cover about pretty much the difference between two of these, because there is a price difference between them. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and explain the difference between our standard and our candy powder coating jobs that we do here. So if you see here, the standard is just going to be a yellow, just like this. It's just a single stage, versus our candy, it is a triple stage. So I'm gonna quickly show the difference and the amount of work that goes between them, because there is a price difference between both of them. So this is just going to be a single stage. That means it only gets powder coated once, versus our candy. What we actually do is we'll actually lay a chrome first on our base, and then we'll do our candy on top of it, and then we'll do our clear. So this is a 3-stage powder coating versus a single stage. So that is the price difference between that is often gets asked. Go. All right, so now that you know about our powder coating, we're gonna go ahead and show you what makes our calipers great. So what we have done to each and every single of our calipers, we put our calipers into a CNC machine service, and what that does, it machines our calipers. And what the actually term of that does, now that you're able to go ahead and just bolt on your calipers. So you can see here, we have machine our calipers, and what you're going to be able to do now is going to go ahead and bolt it up to your hub. So the only thing that you are required to do now, it is to trim your brake dust shield. And I'm gonna go ahead and get it closer here once she brings the camera in, but that is the only thing that you are required to do. It is to trim your brake dust shield. This is everybody that has to do this, and the reason why you are required to do that, because these calipers are a lot bigger than your OEM factory calipers. Go. All right, so our next thing we're gonna go ahead and cover is we offer a machine service, and what that actually does, if you already own a pair of 4-piston Acura TL calipers, you're able to go ahead and mail them in. We also offer the powder coating service on that if you would like. What it does, the machine service, like I was mentioning previously, you're able to go ahead and just bolt them up to your factory hub. There's no necessary to do anything else but trim your brake dust shield. That is a service that we offer. We know that people are able to get these calipers, but they're not able to just go ahead and bolt them up like the way we do them. The reason we're able to do this, again, we're able to put them in a CNC machine service, and we're able to modify these calipers to be just a direct bolt on. Let me know. All right, so our next thing we're going to be covering is about our rotors and our brake pads. Now, we do have different rotor brake packages. We have from just regular blank rotors. I'll put a picture there. We have our drill slotted, we have our slotted, and we also have our just drill rotors. Now, prices will vary between rotors, I will tell you that. And here are our brake pads that come with our kits. Like I said, on the description we have there, you can order a complete kit, or you can just order just the calipers itself. But what we're going to go ahead and cover is it's about the rotors and the brake pads. Our rotors and brake pads come from the 07 to 08 Acura TL. So when you are going to need a replacement for rotors and pads, that's the year that you will be replacing the pads and rotors from. You can replace any brand as long as they're brand boss specs. That's what you want. Is this now you're going to be having a 4-piston caliper kit on your car. You can, like, again, you can go any brand as you like, but they must be a brand boss spec. Show you guys how to do the install now. Obviously, the very first thing you're gonna have to do, you are gonna have to remove your old rotor and your old caliper. All right, this is a very common problem. Even myself, doing as many installs I've done, you're gonna run into this issue of these screws being stuck. Don't feel down. It happens. Has happened to me. If that does happen and you run into that case, go ahead and drill them out. It's not that big of a deal. Once you drill them out, you can go ahead and back them up with a vice grip. And I give you new ones anyways with your new kit. These are stainless, so these are not gonna rust. So even if they did come out good, use the ones on the kit that I give you, because this in the future are not gonna rust like this one will. So do keep that in mind. If they do come out easy, or if they don't, go ahead and use our new kit. So once that came out, what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to trim your brake dust shield. You don't have to trim it like necessary. Most of everybody just takes it off, but a lot of people do like to leave the brake dust shield there. You can go ahead and test it like this to know that it clears. So you can see here on this one, we're perfectly clear, no issues. Well, the next thing what we'll do is we're gonna go ahead and throw our rotor on and then start throwing our caliper on. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and quickly show you guys that. And see how easy actually it is. Let me line it up. Let me see. So you can see here for yourself. So you can see there. And then what you're gonna do is pull this one on. But one thing I recommend is don't tie them all the way just yet. What they'll do, it will make your job a lot easier, and you will see exactly why I say that. All right, so now that you've seen this, we're gonna go ahead and show you how to put the brake pads here on your caliper. Once again, don't tie this all the way. I'm gonna show you why, and we're gonna go ahead and start throwing the brake pads on here. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and show you our install on the calipers. So you're gonna get a little baggie like this, and I'm gonna quickly show you how to do this. This by far are the simplest one you can do. Once you learn this, you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, so every kit is gonna come with a little grease package. We're not gonna put it on this one specifically. We don't want to get this calipers dirty, but what you're gonna do with the little package is grease them here, and also grease them here. And you're gonna do that for every single one of them, okay? All right, so you can see here, there's a difference between this pads and this one. So you can see this one have a little pin right there, you can say. What that actually does is when your caliper's starting to wear out very low, it will tell that it's making like a squeaking noise, and what it's doing is letting you know that you need to change the brake pads. So don't take that off. It's very important to have that on. And what they're actually gonna be doing, we're gonna throw that in the front of the caliper, as you can see here, and you can see how easy they go in. So you just go like that, okay? And then the other one, okay, so then this is gonna be for the other side of the caliper. All right, so this one will go with this one, okay? And you can see how easy they go in, okay? You gotta line it up. And what we've done here is slide that through. All right, so we got the pin in. It is a little difficult to put it in, so do get a mallet to go ahead and push the pin all the way flush. Okay, if the pin is not all the way flush, it can back out and your brake pads can come out loose. So you can see here we got both of them in, and remember it's only going to be one of them on each side. All right, so we got that in. We're going to go ahead and show you how easy it is to do this one. So all you do is just like this. Okay, you're gonna go ahead and slide it in. All right, you're gonna slide it, push it down, and as well you're gonna go ahead and push it in. But like I said, you are gonna need a mallet. So you can see here it is a little difficult to get it through and to line it up. It has to line up right perfectly to the other side. Okay, so you can see it's a little difficult to do it, and this is why I'm doing it off the vehicle, so you guys can see a little bit much better. So if you're wondering why we're not doing it on the vehicle, because we've done it on the vehicle before, and really you can't see that much into detail, but that is what I want to show you. So you can see here this one's already flush all the way and this one isn't, so make sure it is all the way through and put in. So we're gonna go ahead and put that in and show you how that looks after. Okay. All right, so one thing I forgot to mention is our shims. Now, these shims are only for two vehicles. This is for the H-Gen Civic and the S2000. The H-Gen Civic is from 2006, 2011 Honda Civic. That is it. And the Honda S2000. Where do the shims go? They go right here into your hub. So I'm going to quickly show you. Let me see, you can line them up perfectly. All right. So what the shims actually help is to center the caliper between the rotor. That is only the vehicles that we need the information from. Everybody else is good to go, and that is where the shims go. So we're gonna go ahead and show you the final install and put everything up for you guys so you guys can see. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put the calipers onto your car if it was so. So one thing is your bleeder valves need to be facing up. There's a very problem that I see a lot often. People go ahead and put the bleeders facing down. That is the wrong way. One thing that we do offer is, guys, we offer titanium bleeders. This is just an extra nice look that you can do to your big brake kit, but this is optional if you would like. So we're gonna go ahead and throw it on so you can see. All right, so like I said, leave your rotor screws loose so you can see here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and slide it in so you can see how easy it goes in. All right, I'm gonna line it up to the back so you can see it goes on perfect. We're gonna go ahead and put our new caliper bolts. This is new bolts that are supplied with the kit, so you don't have to use your old ones. One thing I cannot stress this enough, which happens very often, do not hit the bolts in the back with your impact. All right, that is not necessary. All you need is about 27 pounds of torque to torque them down if you really want to get into that specs, but it's not necessary to go hit it with the impact. It happens too often. So we're gonna go ahead and bolt them on the back and show you how that looks. You can see they just thread on. That's it. I'll show you the other one right here. I know you guys can't see, but probably they're just bolting on. Okay. All right. So if I were to on the car right now, I will go ahead and tie them, and there are a 17mm bolt. So once you have tightened that up, you're gonna go ahead and tighten this two down and keep everything nice in place. So one thing about this caliper is you're able to keep your hub centric right here. So when your wheels sit back on here, they're just gonna sit right onto the hub. All right. All right, so the last thing we're going to be doing here is going to be bleeding your brake caliper. Again, if this was on your car. All right, so one thing I forgot to mention, guys, as well is we supply with new crush washers. I cannot stress this enough, how important it is to put the new ones on. Often than not, people put the old ones back in, and what happens is it starts bleeding, starts leaking out of the back, because dishwashers are only meant to be used maybe once or twice. All right, so I'll supply you new ones, so they go on the back of your caliper where your brake line will go. All right, one thing I also get asked about that I didn't cover is your Oem brake line will work just fine. You do not have to upgrade, it's not necessary, but we do have the option there on the website. You can upgrade to stainless brake lines. Okay. All right, so how to bleed your calipers, and you can only do this by yourself, and it's pretty great method that I figured out, but it's really not just, it's known by a lot of people. What you're gonna do is gonna go ahead and put the line, which also will come with your kit. All right, you will go ahead and slide it in. It is a little bit of tight, you can see here, but you can get it down. All right, what you do, get a water bottle, beer bottle, and what you do is slide it down. Okay, slide it all the way down. Okay, And then what you're gonna do after is crack the line and start pumping, okay? One thing I cannot stress this enough is keep an eye on your brake reservoir. You do not want it to go too low. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna bleed the front and the back, okay? There's a bleeder in the back as well, so you have to bleed both sides, all right? So normally what happens is you're gonna bleed it, you're gonna get all the air out, go for a quick drive. If it still feels like the brakes are very soft, come back, put the car in the air and bleed it again. Trust me, I've been doing this for quite some time, so it does take a little bit of time to get the the air out of the system, okay? So once you've done it, you will understand how easy it is and how great the calipers perform. All right, so you can see here, you can go ahead and take it to the other side and bleed your calipers.